Um, what's up, guys? We're live on X and YouTube. Yeah, my bad. I just turned on my mic. Yep. Okay, we're good. We're live. All right, guys, welcome to the show. Now, we got lots to talk about. Okay, lots of clips to react to and lots of news. I'm just catching up with my friends Dawood and also my friend Land. What's up, Land? We're live on TikTok as well. Follow me. It's at O Entertainment One. Since I lost the main at O Entertainment 9296 for reasons I'll get to later. I got my backup, which used to be called Pally Trump, but then I revamped it to just be the new O Entertainment um, main. But even this account, they've been messing with lately. But yeah, I've just been talking about it with my friend Daoud over here. How they're really cracking down hard on all of us, and yeah, like some people. Some of us help each other out by lending each other accounts or usernames, whatever. It is possible to really get around it. However, you shouldn't have to. That's my point. You shouldn't have to, like, regardless of what you say or who you are or any of that stuff. Um, so yeah, yeah. Anyway, yes, we're now live on X, YouTube, and TikTok, and Twitch, and Facebook. Believe it or not. Okay. So if you're watching from from wherever, you know, whether you're at work or at school, you're on the train, you're you're in the car stuck in traffic and you're listening, I appreciate it. So, we got lots to talk about. All right. I don't know where to start. Luckily, I always make a list of what I'd like to talk about. So there's stuff going on in the news or stuff. Okay, so there's some people and this is partly why I get bananaed, banned for other platforms, okay? Because I like to go off on some of the worst, most despicable people on this planet. Ones who support Israzift or just are just plain like weird or just really some real like responsible for some of the world's most like, you know, most pressing issues. First of all, I, I'm sorry guys, I got some bad manners. Land, welcome. I appreciate you being here. You still there? Land. Okay. Well, like I said, hey, Land, my friend Land, a prophet over here on TikTok, is joining us from work. Look at that. And Dawood is, I guess, I think if my hearing is correct, he's debating some Azayo and listening to me at the same time. Is that correct? You're what? Washing. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So what my friend Dawood here is saying is, for those watching on other. Okay. All right. You know what? Let's just move on. Okay. Anyways, guys. Okay. So there's some people that I I'm about to go off on. So I just put out a video on TikTok. I don't know if you guys, for those listening on every other platform, follow me on TikTok. It's at O Entertainment One for my latest video, talking about what I'm about to talk about now, which is basically there's some people out there who I don't know where they get their smug arrogance from, but it's really starting to drive me insane because they just say these things. They never go in a place where they're ever held accountable. They never have a, they're just in their safe spaces. And it's like they get away with spreading their bullshit. Okay? My bad. So I've had enough. I've had enough. And it's time to call it out directly and personally, uncensored and unfiltered. So I have a few names. I'm about to call them out and I'm about to play some clips with examples for the audience at home. By the way, I love you guys. Please like, repost, comment. If you're on X, YouTube, hit the subscribe button down below. It'll cost you nothing, trust me. Okay, and if you're on TikTok, please tap, share, gift, and follow. And yeah, like Dawood was saying earlier, I guess follow the TikTok shop and promote all that in China and what. Oh no, uh, no, I will never, ever, ever say. I don't care who owns it. I'll never say I love Israzift. Okay, under any circumstance. Period. I could say I love China, and even in Trump's voice, China. And by the way, nobody loves China more than me, okay, folks? China. We're doing so well in China. But Israel, not Israel, folks. They're a bunch of losers in the state of Israel, that I can tell you. That's right, folks. Kushraelis. That's right. Kushraelis. Okay, now, like I said, bro, I'm about to go. Hold on, man. Now I'm about to go off on a few people. Now, not just because of, their stance on Zift and all that, but they're going after a couple of my boys, Hassan Piker and New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani. And why is that? For their Muslim backgrounds and for their stance on Palestine. And I'm about to play for you what they've said, and then I'm going to respond. And I'm going to make sure the entire world hears what I have to say. And I'm going to make sure to tag these people directly on social media so they know that I'm speaking directly to them. Because I've just had enough. It's like they need to be called out directly. Okay? And I've had enough of it. So, what's up? What'd you say? Oh, hey, trust me. Hey, Gucci. Gucci, come on up, bro. Gucci, oh man, one of the greatest people I've met on this app. We got lots to talk about because I'm about to go off. I'm about to go off like never before. And I'm just being prepared, guys. I'm expecting to get bananaed at any point. So please watch me on X and YouTube and Facebook and everywhere. I'm streaming live right now. It's at Maverick9296. It's a different username. Okay? What's up, Gucci? How you doing? Good. I'm losing my mind right now. Okay? Oh, very funny, man. Very funny. This is my senior UK correspondent, Gucci over there. Okay? I love him. Yeah, yeah. One of the first people I ever met on this app, and still a good friend of mine to this day. So welcome, Gucci. I'm good. I'm doing good, man. Also, diehard pro pally, I might add, among other things. So, by the way, follow him. Make sure and check out his live sometime because he has some pretty cool and fun lives, especially on interesting topics related to Trump and news, politics, all that stuff. Especially even though he's in the UK. For those watching on X, follow my friend Gucci on TikTok, and those watching on YouTube, follow my friend Gucci on TikTok. He does good TikTok lives on news and politics. Even though he's based in the UK, he covers the US a lot, and he always has a lot to say. And usually, he's one of the funniest Brits I've ever met in my entire, probably the funniest Brit I've ever met in my entire life. I might add. I mean, we use both, but whatever. Okay, well, welcome, Gucci. Okay, so, anyways, so Gucci, there's a lot of craziness going on, and it's driving me insane. No, 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 but more specifically, there's a lot of open hatred and ignorance and bigotry out there that I feel like doesn't get called out enough by certain people. Like there's certain people that I feel like do like they never face accountability for what they say. And I feel like, okay, I'm about to call them out because I've had enough. Because they're because they're always in. I can't help but notice every time I see them at public events or in publicly, they're always in their safe spaces where they're never challenged. They never agree to any interviews where they might be proven to be wrong about something, and it's insane. And I can't take it anymore. So okay, so That's okay. Okay. I'm about to do it. But first, I gotta play. I gotta hold on. I gotta play a little clip here just to illustrate my. Okay, so here's the first one I'm gonna go after. All right, and unfortunately, I want to apologize to my audience to all of you for bringing this person up because it might bring up some very old and bad feelings. Bill Maher, somebody who for some reason is still on television after 30 years. 30 years being essentially the same person and very hateful, obnoxious, very smug, very arrogant, Islamophobic, anti Arab, anti Palestinian, bigot. And this guy, for some reason, there's a reason why no one watches his show anymore. There's a reason why he's not really that popular. There's a reason why, yeah, many, many people, Bill, and I hope you're watching, enjoyed, and I laughed like I'd never laughed before when Wanda Sykes humiliated you. Humiliated. And by the way, I was shocked as hell that you were there. He was at the Golden Globes. He's always talking about, oh, Hollywood's too woke. I don't want these award shows are too. Then what the hell are you doing at the Golden Globes then? And but with your what, 25-year-old girlfriend, I might add? Okay. Seriously, bro, he showed up there with like a fucking. But don't even get me started on that. Don't even get me started on that. Listen to me. And I'll never forget the face he made. He was like, when Wanda was like, Bill Maher, you say a lot, but I wish you would say less, a lot less. And everyone just laughed. She said that as a joke, but she meant it. Everybody knew that. If we're being honest. I understand, Gucci, but thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for coming on. I mean, I'm heartbroken. I mean, I'll admit I'm disappointed that you're leaving, but I understand. Okay, don't worry. Yeah, I had a feel. I think I saw you, but no, I couldn't make it. But I'm glad to see your. Yeah, I'm glad to see your. Yeah, but yeah, you always have a open seat on here. Just so you know. All right. Yep. Take care, man. All right. I don't know, man. Especially after this live, it might happen, but we'll see. Um, take care, man. Okay. All right. So anyway, where was I? Bill Maher. So, like I said, there's so much I could say about him. There's so much I could. I mean, I got a personal story. Damn, I wish Gucci. I feel like I've shared this with Gucci before, but I don't know. And for those watching, I want you to hear this. So about 8 years ago, my family and I took a trip to Hollywood, just to tour the place. I think it was our first time. Went to Universal Studios, and my dad and I went to see Jimmy Kimmel live. My whole family couldn't get in because we could only get 2 tickets. So yeah, we saw Jimmy Kimmel live in person, which was dope as hell. If you've never been to a show taping, I highly, highly recommend it. It's so just not just fun, but amazing. Like it's surreal. But anyway, all of a sudden, out of the blue, I get a call from Bill Maher's studio saying, "Hey, we got an extra ticket to the show, and we found your name in a pool. Would you like one?" And I'm like, "Really? To Bill Maher?" I'm like, "All right, sure." So I'm like, "All right, so I'll just go." And just wanted to see what it was like. And yeah, same thing. It was kind of surreal. Before he went out there, he had this audience guy come out and said, "Hey guys, Bill's going to talk about this, this, and that." And oh, he also told me to tell you, if you have a stick up your ass, remove it now. Like what, bro? First of all, that is so rich coming from him. This guy is known for having a stick up his ass every time he talks. Like, I'm just saying, bro. And again, I know we shouldn't be talking like this for the life, but bro, we just, I mean, I don't know, I don't know how, I don't know how else I'm supposed to say it. I mean, what else am I supposed to do? I have to call this shit out, and nothing's gonna stop me. But anyway, so yeah. Oh, hey, bro. Well, let's say this. Let me say this, bro. I felt like running up on no, but at that time, this was in August of 2018. This was before, way before the G side and all that. Right, right. But get this. While I knew how big of an asshole he was, I liked his show a lot. I was like, damn, I want a show like this. But and he did at the time. He did at the time. He had good guests, and at the time, I actually thought he was funny, but not anymore. But the thing is this, again, it's like, even if I hate the guy and I hate the show, it's like I can't say no to a fucking show taping, even if I didn't ask for it. I asked for Jimmy Kimmel. I asked for the fucking yeah, and free and yeah. Oh, that's another thing, bro. They're all free. So yeah, there's another reason not to go to one, or another reason to go to one. You don't have to pay for it, and they're easy to get. They're very easy to get. The, get this. At the time, get this. I also got a call, and you guys are gonna, man. I forgot about this stuff. I haven't had thought about this stuff in years. I got a call from one of the producers of the talk show that was around at the time called The Talk. That was hosted by like I think Sarah Gilbert and Julie Chen and Sharon Osbourne and who else? You know, it was basically like another version, like an LA version of The View, basically. And they said, "Hey, we have an extra ticket for you for this." Now it's canceled, but like they said, "Hey, we got an extra ticket for you, right? And we want you to come and have a good time." It was like they were so nice. It's like that's good because wow, the producers at Bill Maher, not so much. Like there was one guy who stood up and said to everyone. No, actually, before we got inside his studio, one of his audience guys stood up and said to us, "Hey guys, before you go in, just so you know, there's going to be some political topics and stuff like that. Please do not stand up and protest and heckle because we don't want a repeat of what happened in '07." And I saw what happened in '07 when some guy was protesting during some during the live show, and Bill Maher himself, bro, got so pissed because he just kept on shouting, and eventually he was like, "Hey, do we have some fucking security in this building, or do I need to come down there and get this guy's ass out of here?" And he did. He got off the show stage and helped push, uh, people out of there. And then when someone was like booing, I'll never forget. He was like, someone was like, "Boo," and he was like, "And cows disagree with me." Like this guy, like he doesn't really care what you think, like in your audience. Like even if like he's doing the show for you, he says, but then whatever, he treats him like garbage. Anyway, so they just said, "Oh, we don't want a repeat of that." And so I just went in. I was like, yeah, it was a little bit funny, and I just thought it was kind of weird. And how, first of all, yeah, he's way tinier in person than he looks. Like he likes to look all big and tough on screen. It, bro, in person, he looks like I could fit him in my pocket. Bill Maher, he's short, like he's just, and it just again, it's another reason why to go to one of these to show tapings is so you could really see up close who these people are. Whereas on screen, yeah, you never really know. You have never know how like manipulated the cameras are, the screen, like the technology and all that to make them look better than they actually look until you see them in person. And I got to say, Bill, when I saw you, you looked pale, like you looked whiter than the Ku Klux Klan. Like you looked like you hadn't been outside in 30 years. Like you have a serious vitamin D deficiency or something like that. Get some help for that, bro. No wonder you're so miserable because you need some sun. Okay? Just saying. Anyway. All right, guys, let's see what we got here. Holy shit. Oh, we got 5 people watching on X. Oh, cool. All right. So here's that clip, which I gotta. Now, I didn't see, like, I saw clips of this going viral from his show where you had morons, I might add. Morons. And I'll show you more clips of this, but I'm going to first show you a clip of my guy Mehdi Hassan debunking Bill Maher's pathetic lies about Palestine. And of course, as usual, Mehdi brings receipts and he puts on his YouTube channel, Zateo, titled Bill Maher Debunked. Mehdi fact checks the unfunny pro-Israel comedian. He's also like, he's an intellectual who is very, good at throwing shade, like in a very sophisticated way. And yeah, here we go. For those watching, you guys got to hear this because it pretty much sums up those who've despised Bill Maher for many years, how we feel about what he said recently on his show. And it's nothing new. He's been lying and smearing about Palestinians and Muslims for 35 years, ladies and gentlemen. 35 years. It's just because the issue of Palestine is now mainstream, people like him are getting more attention now for his disgusting rhetoric and behavior, and is now maybe going to be held accountable for it at some point. Now, he's got a podcast. Even if he loses the show, he's going to be fine. But yeah, he's not welcome in many spaces. Never really was. Anyway.
Bill Maher is a lot of things. Annoying, unfunny, misogynistic, Islamophobic, and of course, pro-Israel. The noted atheist is very, very pro the Jewish state, so much so that he can't stop lying in order to defend it. Here he is on Friday's episode of Real Time on HBO.
To me, what the Democrats are not doing with this is leading. The energy in their parties with the young people who learn everything about Israel on TikTok. They don't know shit. And their leaders are not standing up and saying, kids, you don't know what's going on here. Every war Israel has fought is a war of defense. Right. Every war, they were attacked first.
The kids don't know shit, Bill? Or is that you? Time for a debunking. Let's look at Israel's wars, because Israel's fought a lot of wars. But let's just take a look at 3 of the major ones. Who started them? First off, 1956, the Suez Crisis, also known as the Second Arab-Israeli War. Israel, Britain, and France colluded together to invade Egypt and to try and topple President Nasser. Israel attacked on October the 29th, and Britain and France joined 2 days later. Now, the Israelis always say that any war they start is a defensive war, a preemptive war. But we actually know that Israel, France, and Britain got together to plan this war of aggression a week earlier in Sèvres, France. Even super partisan Israeli politician and historian Michael Oren admits that then Israeli Prime Minister David Ben-Gurion's plan in 1956 at Sèvres was for
everybody. All right, even though he's going after Bill Maher, he's giving really interesting information that even I didn't know to debunk him. Okay, a bunch of quotes from many Israeli ministers essentially admitting that Israel Zift started every single war with the Arab world throughout its history. And listen carefully.
Dividing Jordan between Israel and Iraq, and Lebanon between Israel and Syria. It was a war of conquest, not defense. Israeli Colonel Mordecai Baron, who took notes at the Sèvres meeting, was embarrassed by what he heard. He later said the Israeli, British, French plan was, quote, more fitted to the kind of imperial discussions which took place at the end of the Great War and was totally out of place, he said, for the post-World War II era. Hey, Bill, it was an imperial war that Israel started in 1956. Number two, let's go to 1967, the Six-Day War, the conflict that opened the door to Israel's illegal occupation of the West Bank, Gaza, East Jerusalem, and the Golan Heights, the longest ongoing military occupation in the world. Israel attacked Egypt in June 1967 before expanding their attacks to Syria and Jordan. Now, the standard Israeli narrative is that this was a preemptive war, that President Nasser of Egypt had mobilized his forces in the Sinai, kicked out UN peacekeepers, and was about to attack Israel, and that the Jewish state's very existence, as its then Prime Minister Levi Eshkol claimed, hung on a thread. But that was all bullshit. Egypt wasn't about to attack Israel. Don't take my word for it. In 1982, the Israeli Prime Minister Menachem Begin admitted, and I quote, "In June 1967, we again had a choice. The Egyptian army concentrations in the Sinai approaches do not prove that Nasser was really about to attack us. We must be honest with ourselves. We decided to attack him." Did you hear that, Bill? In 1968, a year after the Six-Day War, Israel's own military chief, General Yitzhak Rabin, who went on to serve as a Nobel Peace Prize-winning Prime Minister of Israel, he told a French journalist, and I quote, "I do not believe that Nasser wanted war. The 2 divisions he sent into Sinai on May 14th would not have been enough to unleash an offensive against Israel. He knew it, and we knew it." But Bill Maher doesn't seem to know it. Multiple other Israeli officials have said the same, by the way. In the years since, one of the top Israeli generals who pushed for war in June 1967, Matityahu Peled, later said that all the talk of a threat to Israel from Egypt was nothing but a bluff. Israeli wartime cabinet minister Mordechai Bentov later confessed that this whole story about the threat of extermination was totally contrived to justify the annexation of new Arab territories. So no, the Six-Day War in 1967 wasn't a preemptive war. It wasn't a war of self-defense. It was a war of aggression and occupation by Israel against its Arab neighbors, again. And finally, number 3. Let's go to Lebanon. 1982, Israel launched an illegal invasion of southern Lebanon, killing thousands of civilians and kickstarting its 18-year brutal occupation of that country. Now, you might say, well, they were fighting Hezbollah, but Hezbollah didn't exist until Israel invaded Lebanon in 1982. Oh, wait, but there was the PLO before that. There were Palestinian terrorists in Lebanon. In fact, the Israeli military says on its own website that what they called Operation Peace for the Galilee was launched on June the 6th, 1982, following a terrorist cell's failed attempt to assassinate the Israeli ambassador to the UK. Well, here's the slight problem. That terrorist cell wasn't from the PLO. It wasn't an assassination attempt ordered by Yasser Arafat or anyone in Lebanon. It was from the Abu Nidal organization based in Saddam Hussein's Iraq. The Abu Nidal organization that was a sworn foe of the PLO and whose leader had even been sentenced to death in absentia by the PLO. But as Israel's top general in 1982 sneered at a cabinet meeting on the eve of invading Lebanon, Abu Nidal, Abu Shmidal, we have to strike at the PLO. To be clear then, Israel used that assassination attempt on their ambassador in London to illegally invade and occupy Lebanon, which had nothing to do with it, and they did so not for self-defense or security reasons, but because they wanted to take out the PLO, and because, as historian Zachary Foster pointed out in a recent piece for Zeteo, the Zionist movement has wanted to expand Israel's borders into Lebanon for over 100 years. So that is what Israel does. That is what the historical record shows. Israel attacking its neighbors, attacking Arab countries without justification and in violation of international law. And they're doing it again right now to Iran.
Okay, got a restriction. Yep, you see? All right, guys, please tap share, gift and follow, guys. Tap share like never before and hit the gold heart right above. Hit subscribe down below. All right, if you're watching from X, from YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, repost, share. Thank you, guys. It's at Maverick9296. It's on X and YouTube.
When Bill Maher says the kids don't know shit about the history of Israel's wars, it's pure projection on his part. Every war they were attacked first? Shut up, Bill. Did you like this video?
Yes. Shut the fuck up, Bill. And yeah, people like you make me sick, and I've had enough of it. Not only you, bro. Even, and I still can't believe it. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. Yeah. Palestinian age group. So yeah, guys, just so we're clear. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go on. Go on. I don't know, but go, yeah, yeah, go. I'm trying really hard, man. You have no idea to sense, bro, 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 bro. The thing is, because the thing is, with again my main that they permaban, I worked again for like 3 years to really grow my following, and I wanted to do that with just one account, but it's like if I have multiple, then it's hard to like get numbers, get higher numbers, so and all that, yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, yeah, mm-hmm, yeah, 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 I know. I think so. Yeah, 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 yeah. I do. What's up, Betty? How's it going? Oh wow. Yeah, I don't know. I know many people have many accounts, and I know many people would get permabanned a lot. It's just all I'm saying is, bro, with me it took 3 years, so I'm just kind of new to getting permabanned, so I'm still getting used to that. But yeah. Oh, I've been, bro. I've been getting restricted and temp bans a lot, but never once. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I know. Me too. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, it's from what I've told, because I hosted an X space recently with Eucalyptus, and we discussed it about we discussed how, because obviously we couldn't really openly discuss what was going on here, so we went to X where you can openly you could, bro, you could be as uncensored, you could say the worst things imaginable, and nothing will happen to you. But yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, bro, it happens, unfortunately. But okay, it's it's sick. What's up, Alex? How's it going? Okay, guys. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna continue going off on some of the dumbest people in the world, like Bill Maher. But let's go to the next guy. So, oh my God, I don't know where to start. And yes, I this is one of the people who would come after people like I just don't know. It's like these people just don't know when to quit. What'd you say? You'll drop kick someone for me? No, no. I hold on. Let me clarify that. Let me clarify that. Like when someone, hold on 1 second, because I got a little technical problem. Hold on. 1 second, guys. Hang in there. Hell. Hang tight, guys. In the meantime, please tap, share, gift, and follow. What's up, Betty? How you doing? If you want to come up, let me know. Go ahead and hit request. We're gonna be having some fun today. Oh yeah, that's for sure.